Hello everyone. Thank you all for tuning in once again to Tips on Writing. This episode we're going to be going over 5 guidelines to adding romance in your novel. Now, again, these tips weren't created by me, they were created by Joseph Blake Parker, whose DeviantArt page you can check in the description. Also, quick disclaimer, this week's episode of Tales by the Fire is going to have to be pushed to next week. For reasons beyond my control, I will be out of my house for the next few days, and so I can't get to making videos or uploading. So, for those of you who will be wondering where the next video is come Tuesday, well, there's your answer. Anyway, on to the tips. Tip 1. Lose the damsel in distress trope. It's the romantic trope of most books and movies, but it's the one that's become the worst cliché around. And on top of being overdone, the damsel trope makes the reader subconsciously disrespect the damsel, and therefore not care about the love story. Instead, make both partners in your romance at a similar level of competence. That'll help you create a more interesting romance dynamic. Tip 2. Don't over-romanticize. Do you know what happens when people run around sword fighting or dodging bullets? Sweaty pits and nasty, nasty body odor. And when they sleep together and wake up in the morning? Morning breath. And the thing about this is that everyone who's been in a real romance knows all these things. And while overly romanticized encounters may be fun for younger people, the rest of us know and cannot truly respect the story when it ignores realism. Romance is thrilling enough in its reality that you should never need to over-romanticize things. Your story couple should have fights, disappointments, failings on both sides. Sometimes when the leads don't have anything suave to say, or have cellulite on their legs, or need to shower. This will help the romance resonate with the reader as being more true. Also, through a true portrayal of romance, you are eliciting art to prepare the readers for real romantic relationships, as opposed to creating erotica that merely sets them up for disappointment when their real-life partners cannot live up to the overly romanticized expectation. Tip 3. Leave the payoff till the end of the story. Love, like your adventure, is a quest that takes time and effort. And just like saving the world would feel cheap if it came easy and early on in the book, so will love. And with nothing left to hope for, expect, or fight for, your reader will put the book down. So leave the romantic climax until the end of the story. Tip 4. Don't lose sight of the plot in the light of romance. While it is believable to certain cases for your in-love characters to lose sight of their goal, as far as the plot goes, it's not alright for the writer to do so. Even at the highest level of romance, don't ever forget the plot. What does the hero want? What obstacle is stopping them from getting it? And how do they defeat their obstacle? Or how are they defeated by it? Don't ever let the story just end because the hero perceives that he or her has found something better. Tip 5. Opposites attract. Well, this is not quite a rule per se. It does make it more fun for the readers when you have romantic interests who initially hate one another, or who poke fun at one another. For tips on this, watch the 1993 version of Much Ado But Nothing. Don't worry, it's probably the easiest and most fun of Shakespeare's plays, performed by brilliant actors. Just remember that it takes a great amount of skill and crafting to cause enemies to love each other, but it has a great payoff. And that was 5 guidelines for adding romance to your novel. I hope you all found it enjoyable, found it educational, and whatnot. Sorry this video was a little on the shorter side, in light of me not being able to upload for the next week. But until then, I'll see you all next time.